Moving on now to informal leadership in Congress. And it's informal because it's not actually written in the Constitution. These are not constitutional positions. They've developed out of tradition. All right, so 2.14 is the majority leader. This is a position that is in both the House and the Senate, although a little bit different power here in both sections. So we're going to flip over to the back side of the card. We're going to make a T chart on the back, and you're going to put at the top floor leaders. To be a floor leader means that you're helping to run debate on the floor and manage members. You're managing the House members, you're managing the Senate members. So you have like the people who preside over debate, and then you have the floor leaders who are like kind of making sure they keep the members in line and also get to know what the members are thinking before a vote happens. All right, so House and the Senate, you're going to have to do a T chart. We'll start with the House. The majority leader in the House, they are the most second powerful House member. They are underneath the Speaker. You might even call them like Vice Speaker. Sometimes that position is actually called that as well. But they're kind of like that. They're probably the person that if there wasn't for the Speaker, they probably would be nominated as the leader of the party, also known as the caucus. In each party has what's called a caucus when they meet and vote as a party, and so their leadership is chosen in that meeting called a caucus meeting. And this person might have been chosen otherwise, other than the Speaker. So right now that's Steny Hoyer, a Democrat from Maryland. All right, leadership of the majority party in the House. They are a leader of the majority party in the House. But remember, the real person who's the party leader is really the Speaker. But they are the second most powerful person. In the Senate, it's a little bit different. The Senate doesn't have a speaker, and the vice president is not there for the most part. So the person that actually has the real power, the party power, is the majority leader. The majority leader is the most powerful person in the Senate. The vice president is not the most powerful person, one, because they can only vote when there's a tie, and then the president tempore is only presides over the debate. They don't really have party control. The real person with party control in the Senate is the majority leader. The majority leader is the party leader, and they control a lot more. They are the most powerful senator. Oh, sorry, I went back there. That's Mitch McConnell right now, Republican from Kentucky. They are the most powerful senator. They are the most powerful senator. I want to stress that again. It is not the president of the Senate. They just preside, meaning they run the debate, but other than that, they don't have party power. The most powerful person is the person who has like power over the party, and this person does. Just like the Speaker of the House. See, the Speaker of the House has both presiding power and party control power. Like it's all in one position. That's why it's the most powerful position in Congress. But the Senate doesn't. They actually divide the presiding power from the person who actually has kind of control of the party. And the Senate is a little more collegial, so it's not quite as top heavy as the Speaker of the House. So the Senate majority leader, does have influence over committee assignments, but generally the Senate sets up committees that then choose who goes on the committees. There's a really huge push toward seniority being most important. So if you've been in the Senate longer, you get your pick of committee. It's not so much as a partisan thing, although it can be used to punish you, but not as much. It's more like a seniority. Oh, you've been here longer, then you get to pick what you want to be in. Oh, you're just new? Sorry, you get to be on a crummy committee. All right, that's the first thing, majority leader. We also have a position known as majority whip. Majority whip, 2.15. 2.15, majority whip. Pause if you need to. All right, they're the floor leaders in House and the Senate, so they're a type of floor leader in both the House and the Senate. So those whips are in both the House and the Senate. Currently, the Representative Jim Clyburn, a Democrat from South Carolina, is the majority whip in the House and the House of Representatives. Why is it called a whip? Well, they're to whip up the vote. They're to get the members of their party in line in voting. So they're trying to find out who's for them, who's against them, which party members are not there yet, and what do they need in order to vote for the party's policy. But the idea is to whip, like get you in line, straighten you out, so that way you vote the way the party wants you to. So just to define that, get members to vote for party policy. That's what the whip's job is. All right, awesome. So that's the whip. We had the majority leader. Now we get the majority whip. And then on both sides, in the minority party, the party that doesn't have the most seats. Sorry. Last thing, the whip is supposed to communicate between the leadership and the members. So I mean, Nancy Pelosi has like 235 members. She doesn't personally meet with all 235. So it's kind of the whip's job to go and they usually have an assistant whip. Their job is to go and know the members better and kind of communicate back to the leadership like how people are thinking about a certain policy and whether they'll vote for a certain bill. So that's part of the whip's job. All right, sorry, I kind of skipped ahead. All right, on both sides, 2.16, last card for this set, is the minority leader and the minority whip. Minority leader, minority whip. So it's the exact same positions that we just talked about, except it's the minority party, the party that doesn't have the most seats in either the House or the Senate. But they both have a leader and they both have a whip. And should the election change, like a future election change, probably the minority leader becomes the speaker in the House or the majority leader in the Senate, and then the minority whip will become either the majority leader in the House or they become the majority whip in the Senate. So that's kind of how leadership positions can work. But each party chooses, what they call their leadership. There's different meetings for that. All right, backside flip. All right, so they are the top floor leaders of the minority party. Remember, floor meaning like debate on the floor, in how people are getting ready to think about a certain bill that's being considered. These are the minority leaders in the different houses. The Republicans are in the minority in the House, so that's Kevin McCarthy. So he's the future Speaker of the House should the Republicans win control of Congress. And then Chuck Schumer, Democrat from New York, is the minority leader in the Senate, and he would be the majority leader in the Senate if the Democrats win the Senate. They have some influence over committee assignments for minority members, but I mean, they're not really that powerful because they're in the minority. Like when that's it. Like you don't have much power when you're on the side that lost the election. So they don't have a lot of power. They're really kind of like the leadership in waiting. That's the biggest thing they are, is the people who would take power and be in leadership position in the entire House and Senate if their party should win in the future. All right, cool. Those are the big leadership positions that are informal, not in the Constitution. Go ahead and study those. Get ready to do practices. Thanks.